We used to look forward to every Call of Duty that came out with hype. New eras, new stories, new ideas. But now, it's the same recycled mess year after year. I'm Signal Z. You can call me Signals. Today, we're digging into the missed potential of this franchise. Why originality died, why we'll possibly never see bold moves again, and what Call of Duty could have been if it had the guts to try something different today. I hope you enjoy this video. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below what you think about this whole situation. Let's get into it. We all know that Call of Duty in the past always liked pushing boundaries. Always coming up with original ideas that would shape the industry as we know it and the Call of Duty franchise, with games like Call of Duty World at War and Modern Warfare 2 to be the biggest ones to make risky moves. World at War for its gritty World War II setting, and Modern Warfare 2 for the infamous No Russian mission and the controversy around it. Honestly, I think Modern Warfare 2 took one of the biggest risks with having a mission where you literally kill a whole airport full of people. We've never seen that in a Call of Duty game, and even the new reboot of Modern Warfare 3 where we have the No Russian mission again, it's not the same. Why do you think that is? Why must we not have any risks in Call of Duty? It's an M-rated game after all. It's not some little kid's game. It's okay to kill people in multiplayer, but when we kill civilians, oh no, that's not okay. I'm sorry, but war is about killing. War isn't about heroics. And although we want to say that, it's not. Wars are where men, innocent men that dream of being something bigger, ultimately just die. And these are good men too. Regardless of what side you're on, good quality people dying for those that have no good qualities in office. But what these games portray nowadays isn't about war, isn't about geopolitical conflicts that will shape the world forever in fictional universes, but rather safe, Russian bad, Iraq bad, America good guy impressions, which ruin the industry by only painting us as the victors. And they say history is written by the victors. It's true. I mean, you don't hear from the German perspective of World War II. Who likes Nazis? Well, I know I don't. But it'd be unique to hear from the German perspective of the war. Why don't we hear from the Japanese perspective of the war that much? I wonder why, because they lost. And we won. Call of Duty doesn't like hindering to different views except ours. And with the newer games like Modern Warfare 2 and 3 to 2022 and 2023, only wanting to push the narrative that Task Force World War I and the Western powers were good guys. And to be fair, I am American. I do think Americans are good guys. I was raised on that philosophy, whatever you want to call that word. I wasn't raised thinking the communists are good. I wasn't raised thinking Iraqs are the good guys. But it demonifies them at the same time. It makes us the sole angels of the universe and that we're saviors. When we do terrible war crimes ourselves, and we do terrible things ourselves, both in our military and our politics. I mean, hell, we literally shred each other on political debates over stupid shit that shouldn't even be talked about, that shouldn't need to be talked about, like fucking golf. I'm sorry, when did presidents need to talk about golf? When, Trump? When? When, Biden? Never. That's when, because it doesn't matter. But yet they do. And you know what? I don't want to get into politics, but, and you could say everything is politics. Every single thing on this earth is politics, political. Whether you want to escape it or not, there are political implications to every single thing we live by. Whether it be food, water, the bike you ride, it could be anything. Call of Duty. I mean, heck, Call of Duty is literally a walking army billboard designed to see, oh, yo, that guy's so cool because he killed a bad guy. I want to go join the army. And there's multiple videos that talk about that, which I'm not one of them. But that's definitely one of the points I'm trying to make. Call of Duty wants something safe. They don't want to take risks because the market, it won't be in their favor if they try making a game that's risky. That leads me into the next topic. When talking about the stagnation of Call of Duty, I'm not going to talk about the battle pass or the level system or any of that bull crap. I don't even know if that has anything to do with it, to be honest. What you probably think I'm here to talk about is the lack of many things. Like the of unique games, right? You know, the settings we are all familiar with. You have like 1,000 World War II games, 1,000 million modern games, and only 3 unique but forgettable futuristic games, except Black Ops 3, which is not that forgettable and it's zombies, but literally anything else in that game is forgettable, which I hate because it's actually not the worst thing ever. But I digress. We don't see anything that isn't World War II, maybe the Cold War, or modern times. You know why? It's because they're safe bets. They are safe bets so that they can capitalize off something that isn't controversial. It's not controversial to kick Nazi ass. No. It's not controversial to kick Imperial Japanese ass. No. It's not controversial to kick Russian Soviet ass. No. But when you mention the Korean War or Vietnam or Afghanistan, no, that's too controversial. Which will be in the next topic I'll talk about later in the video. But we don't see any other periods than the modern World War II and maybe futuristic, semi-futuristic setting in Call of Duty. That's the problem. People are getting bored of the same games over and over. They can market it as something new, but it'll be the same game. Black Ops 7 may be like Black Ops 2. How is that going to be any different from Black Ops 2? We have yet to know. But what I can tell you is that it won't be that different from BO2, other than maybe the mechanics and cosmetics, which is another thing entirely. Instead of making a groundbreaking setting for the narrative, a campaign that will be truly amazing, they rather focus on the Warzone aesthetic, which isn't bad. Warzone can be fun. I have fun on Warzone. You've seen me made videos on Warzone with its clips, but I don't like Call of Duty just for the Warzone, the zombies, and multiplayer. I like the campaign, the story that every developer gives, why it's rich and unique, and why I haven't seen them ever make something unique in the past few years, maybe even 6 years, if I'm to be honest with you. And honestly, it's all about cosmetics, and it's all about mechanics. It's not about making something that's actually innovative and unique, different and fresh. And although we had something fresh in 2019 with Modern Warfare's reboot and its 6 sequels that aren't as memorable at all, you know why it was so good? It's because Call of Duty was dying at that point, with Black Ops 4 being kind of a failure, not really, but I mean, to be honest, we knew it'd keep going. Activision needs that money, and they'll do anything they can. That's what they're doing right now. They're doing anything they can just to keep us engaged, because we're leaving Call of Duty. We don't care about Call of Duty. A lot of us don't care. Some of my viewers probably do care, and for you people, I salute you for staying by Call of Duty and torturing yourself to play the newest game with its engagement-based matchmaking system and its weird, wacky cosmetics that don't fit a military shooter at all. Thank you. I salute you like Admiral Hood did Master Chief. So, why don't we see new settings? What settings could possibly be worth talking about? and why most controversial settings could be pretty cool for Call of Duty, given that it's a war shooter and it's M-rated. Let's talk about it. Okay, first things first. Here is a major conflict that is set between World War II and Vietnam that could have been talked about but really isn't. The Korean War. Now, most people know it's a forgotten war in U.S. history due to the fact that it's, well, right between World War II and Vietnam is a lot more popular in media than the Korean War is. Although they had like one little TV show about the Korean War, although it's just more of a backdrop of the Korean War. Now, here's why I think the Korean War would be a cool Call of Duty setting. It's a compelling conflict with rich narrative potential, especially considering the Cold War backdrop and the themes of division and ideologies. I mean, it could have had a story driven by struggle between North and South Korea, which has potential for gritty realism. Now, here's why I think they don't want to do it. It's one word, and one word only. China.
Let's say China. 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 China.
On to the next one. So here's a conflict that is talked about in Call of Duty, and there's like a lot of missions that take place within certain games set in that timeline. The Vietnam War. Now, Vietnam is in multiple missions, like I just said previously. It's in multiple missions in Call of Duty Black Ops 1. It's in multiple missions in Black Ops Cold War. Only those two games have I ever seen a Vietnam reference or conflict at all. My main issue with that is that it's not a whole game set in Vietnam. You know how World at War and World War II are set during the Second World War only? And not just the multiple conflicts? You know how World at War mainly takes place to like the Pacific Front and Eastern Front, and how World War II only takes place on the Western Front? Yeah, why can't any Call of Duty do a Vietnam War just set in Vietnam? Not anywhere else, not anywhere in the Cold War, just Vietnam. The themes of guerrilla warfare, jungle combat, and the emotional toll of war with PTSD could have been a unique experience in Call of Duty. Call of Duty could have explored more personal stories, touching on the complex moral dilemmas that soldiers faced, along with the political and social ramifications of the war itself. I mean, Black Ops 1 touched on that, and so did Black Ops Cold War, but the problem is, only for like 1 or 2 or 3 missions per Call of Duty that take place within Vietnam, it wasn't a big footnote of each game. It was just a setting, not a whole war conflict that the game takes place in. And I don't know why they don't do it. It's kind of a safe bet. It's big for media, and sure, China. But in Vietnam, but it'd be cool. Like, there's a lot of games that already do it. Maybe that could be a reason why, which I'll talk about later. But it would be really cool to just be with your boys in a chopper, gunning down Viet Cong, listening to Fortunate Son in Call of Duty. Heck, I wish Battlefield did it, but you know, unlike the Korean War, Vietnam is a little touched on, but it's not like World War II or the Cold War or modern warfare. It's not. And I really wish it was. And I really wish I knew the reason why it doesn't. On to the next one. These conflicts have been largely unexplored in gaming, unless you count maybe arma mods or certain kind of games like Black Hawk Down, whatever, how many days in Fallujah. And there's a lot of ground to cover in terms of modern day combat, insurgency, and the psychological toll on soldiers. Another game that probably did this is Insurgency Sandstorm, but that's not real. I don't even know if that's really Afghanistan or Iraq. I don't know if it's even in Syria. I'm not sure. I know it's in the Middle East though, so I guess it's like one of those games, but Call of Duty is a bigger franchise. Call of Duty could have shown more of a nuanced perspective on these wars rather than the more stereotypical portrayals. And although Black Ops 6 dove into the Gulf War. They didn't. No Call of Duty, except for maybe Modern Warfare 2019, ever dove into the Afghanistan, Iraq sort of theme. But no game explicitly did the Afghanistan, Iraq wars. None. There's been no Call of Duty game that ever done that. And I think it would have been a great tribute to those that served in that war if we made a World at War of that kind of time. To remember those that fell for our country, and to remember what war crimes we've committed and why we're not heroes either. Because really, that's what war is. There's no heroes, only monsters. Call of Duty needs to stop portraying America as the good guys. Because in all war, no one's a good guy. There is no good guy. It's just young people killing more young people or old people. There's no such thing as good guys. There could be bad guys doing good things. They're still bad guys, though. We're still kind of bad guys. There is no good guys. But I think Afghanistan, like the Middle East itself, would be a great setting for Call of Duty. There's not many Middle Eastern games or Middle Eastern settings in Call of Duty. You have a lot of desert theme maps, yeah, but you don't have a whole game set in the desert. And I think it would be a cool idea and unique. Although, they'd probably ruin it with... If they made it now, they'd probably ruin it with not loot boxes, that's EA. They'd probably ruin it with Battle Pass and wacky Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj skins and Teletubby skins. And the whole game would be lost, and people would not play it at all. Which is happening with Black Ops 6. No one's even playing the game. Why? Because there's nothing new, nothing original. The game sucks, and so does the mechanics. And sure, I like Omni Movement, and sure, I like the game, but I don't like it at the same time. Not just because these YouTubers are exposing it, but just because I personally don't like it that much. It's too sweaty, and I'm more of a multiplayer guy. I'm not a zombies guy. Whenever I play zombies on Black Ops 6, it's okay. I still prefer Black Ops 1. I still prefer Black Ops 3. I don't like the newer zombies because it's just not zombies that I remember. It's not simple round-based. Sure, it is round-based, but it's not that simple anymore. It's more complex, more convoluted, more hard to understand. I don't know a lick of the storyline of Black Ops 6. I don't care about it. The campaign's the only thing I might know about. But even then, it's not that memorable because it is so freaking short. On to the next one. Alright, before anybody says anything, I know it's controversial, I know it's still going on, like, oh, Signals, why would you be making it if it's still going on? Why would they do it? Wouldn't you wait till a war is over to do it? Well, they made games about the Cold War, but the Cold War is technically still going on, just with a new enemy, China. But, I digress. The reason I think this could possibly be a really good title, maybe with the right developers, is it's an ongoing conflict, but while it is sensitive, it presents an opportunity to make a truly current, political charged game. The focus could be modern tactics, cyber warfare, drone warfare, and geopolitical tension surrounding it. And, like I said, there are no good guys, and it could either demonize both sides. Ukraine commits terrible war crimes, so does Russia. They both do. It's young men killing each other when they could be friends, and you're forcing them to go fight each other. Sure. And like most wars, there are a lot of people that do follow the political war machine, and there are a lot of Russian soldiers that hate Ukraine. There are a lot of Ukrainian soldiers that hate Russia. But it's not all black and white. And war is a gray zone, no matter if you like it or not. And it's just monsters that kill worse monsters. There are still monsters that kill monsters. I think the Ukraine war, while it's modern, it is sensitive now. It could be a really great example of why war is horrifying and why war isn't all rainbows, unicorns, Nicki Minaj, and Teletubby buttholes. It's not, because war is gruesome and war is violent and war makes men into monsters that come home worse than they were before. If they're lucky, just lucky enough, they come back the same they were. Even better. This time, they don't come home at all. Okay, like last night, before you guys ask, I know Battlefield 1 exists, but that's Battlefield. This is Call of Duty, right? And I think there's untapped potential in a World War I setting Call of Duty, especially considering how devastating and different the combat was compared to later conflicts. Looking at you, World War II. The brutality of trench warfare and the rise of the new technologies like tanks and poison gas and other complex alliances could offer something fresh in Call of Duty that we haven't ever seen before. And I think, like Afghanistan, Iraq, there's a lot of PTSD involved in War I, which they called it shell shock. And I think experiencing shell shock or talking about or mentioning shell shock would be awesome, because it's not really mentioned in Battlefield 1, but it could be in Call of Duty if the right developer makes it and the right people are competent enough to make and deliver it without ruining it with silly battle pass skins and everything like that. I think the game would be like a War I World at War, and I think it'd be beautiful. But only time will tell what happens and how bad Call of Duty will get. It could literally go offline tomorrow. Who knows? At this point, it's a falling franchise. Although, it's still going to make games, and it's still going to be desperate, and they'll never look into these conflicts ever again. The reason being is this. So something that really pisses me off is how their financial incentives ruin these opportunities. So it's really because of COD's shift towards safe, commercially successful formulas, like Warzone, or like World War II, or the Cold War, or Modern Warfare, you know, and just how every game is. Heck, I would say Future Warfare would probably be cool too. That one space game that they got rid of, that they scrapped, that would have been a cool game to have. No, of course not. We don't want to let our developers make good games. We just want them to make what's safe. That's the issue. And it stems from the industry's demand for proven success, limiting the willingness to take creative risks like Korea, Afghanistan, Vietnam only, and World War I especially. The next bullet point, marketability. War-focused franchise, especially ones about recent or controversial events, may fear backlash or controversy within the gaming industry, like Ukraine, or Afghanistan, Iraq, or some Middle Eastern conflicts nowadays. And especially Korea, because China is one of our biggest shareholders, and it's also one of our biggest people that we make profit with and share with, and they share with us. So that would kind of dent them, because China was involved in the Korean conflict. Now, North Korea probably would be mad, but no one cares how they feel. They're just a hermit kingdom. No one cares. We could easily nuke them off the map if we tried. But I digress. The next thing is saturation. Like World War I, with games like Battlefield 1, Spec Ops shooters like Insurgency Sandstorm and Black Hawk Down, or tactical shooters like Rainbow Six Siege and certain Call of Duties, and like Ready or Not. They focus some on these themes, right? So you could even argue Arma. Arma likes talking about the conflicts. Like, they like talking about Middle East. They like talking about modern conflicts. I mean, heck, Armored Forger, I've been playing that a lot, and that's set during the Cold War. Actually, during a conflict where you fight the Soviet army and not Spetsnaz or some crap like that. COD might feel like it's just safer to stick with what it knows works, like modern conflicts, World War II, and maybe Cold War, which, like I said a million times, that's a problem. And it's the reason why the franchise is suffering fatigue, because there's no real incentive to make anything original. No one's going to be buying these games all the time, man. And a big problem is that they'll keep pushing these games out, and the mouth-breathing cocksuckers will buy it because it makes them money, and they want their stupid skins that don't make any difference in the game whatsoever, just so they look cool and look like a big clown on the battlefield. Trust me, if it's like, because you look cool, sure, some of the skins do look awesome, I think. They look cool, but they don't fit a military shooter. I sound like fun, but I just want my camo. I just want woodland camo. I just want a soldier. I don't want a stupid Nicki Minaj. I don't want 21 Savage. I don't want Teletubbies. I don't want SpongeBob with MP5s. I don't. I just want a soldier. I don't care who, if it doesn't have a name. I don't care if it's just called Nilsson. It doesn't need a story, because I am the story. I put myself onto that. And I wonder why Halo is so influential. Not nowadays, but used to be. Because Master Chief, you put yourself onto him, that's why he never really talked. That's why people love Halo. I mean, it's one of the reasons why people love Halo. But now, you can't really tell. To be honest with you, I think everybody talks. This kind of ruins it. Call of Duty just doesn't want to take creative risks because they're too scared of the backlash, too scared of losing out on the Chinese economy. They're too scared of just thinking of taking a risk, that they just stay with what's safe. And sure, World War II is cool and all, man, but it's getting old. It's really getting old in the gaming industry. You need more. I'm sorry. The gaming industry needs more. I don't care if you guys are offended. Suck my dick. It needs more. It needs better ideas. And there's better ways to make money off of conflicts like Ukraine, Afghanistan, Vietnam, Korea, World War I. There's better ways. Look at Black Mill Studios with their World War I games, like Verdun, Tannenberg, Asanzo. Sanzo being the most recent. Sure, the game is dying technically, but I still find matches easily. Full matches, mind you, and it's a dedicated player base. And unlike older Call of Duties where it's like only 600 players, Asanzo, the players are very happy and they love playing the game. Why? Because the developers actually cared about the game and they put a risk in taking a risk by making that game. A risk no one was willing to take, but Black Mill did. And Black Mill, I salute you guys. You guys are awesome people. Keep up the great work. And I hope, what if you guys make an Ottoman, like a Middle Eastern, like Suez front game? I think that would be a really cool game. I know it's off topic for Call of Duty, but if Black Mill made a game like that, I'd love playing it. And I'd play it all the time. Unlike Call of Duty, they actually care. At least, I can tell they care, at least. But Call of Duty, they just care about money. Only about money. And you know what's crazy? It's good to care about money. I know, like, you probably think I'm some communist. I don't like capitalism. No, capitalism is a must, and we must have it. And businesses must make money. If they want to making products for us, they need money. But when our money goes into these stupid things that just suck, is like only money out of us, we're not gonna buy it anymore. And there will be people that do buy it just because they can, or because it makes them look cool. But gaming shouldn't just be about money, because that takes the soul out of it and just makes it about profitability. And it ruins the gaming industry, because really I think games need to be more grounded, more immersive. You don't play games for money. You don't play games to spend things. You don't play games to pay and play a slot machine, metaphorically. You play them to have fun. What's fun about Black Ops 6? Jack shit, that's what. I don't care what people defend it, it's not fun, okay? You can't argue with me. If you're casual and you play one game, you're getting put into a lobby with people in Adderall, unless you're a sweat. Then you're just one of them. You join the ranks of the freaking losers. Good job. Good job. Just proves that they're not willing to take risks because people like you that just sit around playing these games all day. And I know, it's hypocritical because I play Call of Duty all day. I love Call of Duty, I breathe Call of Duty. Which is why I'm talking about it and why I care about it so much. Because I grew up with it. And I want them to see something new so they can achieve it. And I know I don't have any gaming industry experience, so I can't be talking like I'm a mentor, like I want to help them and they can do it themselves. They can, but they won't, because they listen to these mouth breathers are like, hey, Mickey Minaj. And they listen to these mouth breathers are like, make the game competitive only. Don't let people play your game before it comes out. Don't spoil your game. When Black Ops 6 is near in the corner, don't send footage of people playing the game. Don't let people talk about it. Don't. That spoiled the game for me for Black Ops 6. Them already talking about it spoiled it for me. And although it was cool, the idea of them talking about, oh, this game's going to be so cool with Omni Movement. Why did you spoil the game? Now I don't want to play it, because I know what it's about. And I know you're like, oh, you're exaggerating. They didn't tell everything. I know they didn't tell everything, man, but they still ruined it for the gameplay. because I already know what I'm going into. I know this is gonna be ass, but I'm gonna like it at the same time. And like I said, I like BO6, but I don't at the same time, and I already told you why. Get in one game, then I get off. There's no replayability on Black Ops 6, and what makes you think that newer Call of Duties will have replayability? Although I want a new setting, man, there's no hope that it'll even be worth it, because in all honesty, they'll just ruin it with the modern industry standards, and that's the sad plague of it, really. Well, guys, that's probably it. It's been half an hour of making like clips here, and I think that's about to run out. So, guys, I thank you guys for watching. I think, guys, if you stayed this long for just watching through it, really, I mean it. Like, comment below what you guys think about this. If you have any criticisms, any suggestions for me in the future, I'd love to hear it. I like criticism. Please give me criticism if you have it. I don't care if it's good or bad. I don't give a fuck. If you're a hater, welcome. I don't care. You can subscribe if you want. I'm trying to reach 100 subs by June 30th. So like 9 days now as the time of recording this. So please help me out here. If you don't, not the end of the world. I don't make videos that constant, but I want to make them regardless. Please hit that like button and notify yourself so you never miss a video, because I will be posting in a bit. I'll be posting a lot more, not frequently, I should say. I'm not going to post every single week because I run out of ideas, but I'll try to get out to you guys as soon as possible. And I'm sorry about the delay. I'm really sorry about not posting often. I really am. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Beanie, you're gay. Peace.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.